This is how people are celebrating festivals, joining rallies, and protest during a deadly pandemic. Seems okay? Well, maybe not, because India has now recorded the highest ever spike in COVID-19 cases as on April 8th, with over 130,000 fresh infections in the country. The coronavirus situation, ladies and gentlemen, in India is alarming to say the least. India now ranks third highest in the number of COVID infections in the world after the United States and Brazil. Let's not forget that the spike in cases is being noticed since end of March 2021, exactly 1 year after the first lockdown was declared in the country. Now, as far as the states are concerned, Maharashtra is the worst hit with over 50,000 fresh cases in last 24 hours and 300 deaths. Other states have shown steep surge, including Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, UP, Delhi, MP, and Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Kerala, among others. So these are the states that are reporting the highest cases. But what could be the reason for the steep increase in cases? Now, in December of 2020, when people in India saw a decrease in COVID-19 cases, things in the country became normal. People started violating the restrictions, did not wear enough masks, did not follow social distancing protocols in workplaces, in malls, in restaurants, and various other public places. The marketplaces in various states were crowded, as you can see on your screens. Now, these are visuals, of course, of December of 2020. In fact, Maharashtra municipal body collected 28 lakh rupees in fine from 14,000 people for not wearing masks in February of 2021, while 32 crore was collected since the restrictions were put into place in 2020 till February. Festivals including Holi is when people were seen violating the SOPs for COVID-19 by not wearing masks, gathering in huge numbers, and visuals came in from various parts of UP where people thronged to various places to celebrate Holi. Not just that, educational institutions have now reopened, and many of them are reporting clusters of coronavirus cases, and they have been now forced to shut down for a month or two. For instance, very recently, IIT Roorkee emerged as the largest COVID-19 hotbed with 90 students testing positive. Now, that's not the end of it. Election rallies, at a time when government is insisting on restrictions, issuing protocols and SOPs, election rallies are not following any of these SOPs. Now, elections are being held simultaneously in 4 states, including Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and visuals of the rallies have surfaced on social media. In some of these rallies, unfortunately, even leaders are not seen wearing masks, and people have gathered in huge number around the convoys of the ministers without following any social distancing measure. But the state governments are bearing the brunt of it, and here's what the state governments are doing to stop the spread. Now, Maharashtra government last week imposed a curfew from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. on a weekend, and a weekend lockdown effective from 8 p.m. on Friday and 7 a.m. on Monday. The restrictions came into effect on 5th of April, which included ban on gathering of more than 5 people throughout the day. Remember, essential services are exempted from the restrictions. Eateries will be open for takeaway. Sports complexes, parks, religious places, beaches, and salons will also be shutting down. Following the spike in cases, other states like Punjab, Delhi, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, MP, and others have also imposed similar restrictions like night curfew and a ban on large gatherings. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken the second shot of Covaxin. He urged the states to issue fresh restrictions to curb the spread of virus. And after taking the Covaxin, he also urged other people to come forward to get themselves vaccinated as soon as possible if they are eligible to take the vaccine, if they are 45 years and above. Remember, the country is seeing a spike in COVID cases, but also a shortage in vaccination, which is being witnessed by various states. At least 6 states, including the state of Andhra, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Odisha, Maharashtra, and Telangana have reported shortage. At least 26 COVID-19 vaccination centers in Maharashtra have reported shortage of vaccine and have not been able to carry out the inoculation process as they were expected to. Remember, Maharashtra is also witnessing the highest number of COVID 19 cases in the country, so it's a double whammy for the state. Most private hospitals in UP's Ghaziabad have also run out of vaccine. They have put out of stock labels for vaccine at their entrances. However, the central government claims that there is no shortage of vaccine and the center and the states are not on the same periphery as far as vaccine is concerned. Health Minister took to Twitter to clarify that there is no vaccine shortage in the country. Now, as of now, India has vaccinated over 1.1 crore people with 2 doses, while 7.88 crore people have taken the first dose of the vaccine, which means this that at least 5.8% of the total population has been vaccinated with at least the first dose. People above the age of 45, remember, with comorbidities are now eligible to take the vaccine in the country, but despite this, the cases continue to see a rise, and India is now witnessing a second wave. All we can do to avoid this and to break the chain is to avoid public places, avoid gatherings, and stay at home as much as possible. Remember, this is the safest way to ensure that we minimize the number of deaths and minimize the number of positive coronavirus cases in the country.